encouraging, educate. Yeah, so we have a range. So everything is based on personal experiences. You know, there was a time when I would have lived on the street when I was a bit younger. I smoked glue, but someone came and lent a hand to me, picked me up, and walked this path.
Wow.
Today, I'm not where I want to be, but you know, it's a work in progress.
Oh, yes.
Success is not where you start with the ladder, you from the first step and jump right to the top. No, it's taking one step at a time.
Exactly.
Or you don't skip steps. You take one step at a time. And the people that's alongside walking with you is people that always encourage you, motivate you. Whoever is part of your journey, whoever is part of your journey will travel with you. Those will fall off the wayside. And some people won't even travel with you. Some people will be jealous. They will stab in your back. But you as an individual, you need to persevere, and guess what? Persevere.
Wow. Ladies and gents, I will put it to you this way. I'm sitting here. Obviously, they can't see me. I literally have goosebumps. I literally have goosebumps for what you just said. And I love that. I lift my hat to you, honestly. To you, your wife, and everyone who joined you on this mission, on this journey, if I can put it to you that way. And I love it when you touched on the richest place in the world is a graveyard, because people died with all those ideas, the knowledge, all of those things.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's so true. Look, we have spoken about that already as well. And most people think, the richest place is what, Dubai? No, it's a graveyard.
Yeah.
Because people, they keep all of those ideas, all of those things to themselves. And instead of sharing it with the world to build up the next person. And I look at it back in the day. If you think about it like this, back in the day, I said that we used to be a community. Okay, you used to know your neighbors. It was like your own personal WhatsApp group, because you could talk over the wall to your neighbor. All of these things. In today's life, who of us really know our neighbors? Who of us really knows the people in our street? We have become so like I always say, technology, for example, right? Technology was implemented to bring us closer together, people all over the world. But the people who are close to you have started pushing you further away. And I think if we can find that balance, right, and on top of it, doing what you were doing as well, I definitely encourage people as well to get in contact with you, and obviously find out more about your programs, everything, and just be there, help the community, because at the end of the day, like they say, service to many leads to greatness. And if you can serve the many by doing that, giving them the skills, empowering people, it's so powerful. You can change you can literally change the world by just empowering one person, and that person empowers the next person, and causes the ripple.
100%.
I absolutely,
100%. And the thing is, you know, with the whole agricultural, it's become a trend. A lot of people, and I always say, a lot of people can do farming, especially us that stays in the urban areas. A lot of people can plant seeds. But the thing is when do you actually plant the seed? You know, you don't just plant the seed. You need to let the seed lay for 24 hours in water. You know, the seed need to germinate. You understand? So you need to feed those type of things. And with me, you know, look, let me tell you, I started with one plant, with one veg, a Chinese cabbage. You know, the stuff we bought at Checkers. I saw that. I fed it. It became big. I ate from it, and now I'm sitting with over almost 20 different type of vegetables in my yard. Where people, you know, because everything is organic. It's fresh. It's healthy. So I'm growing spinach, beetroot, millet, the works. You understand? But it's not just about growing things, but really nurturing and looking after it, and really, you know, cultivate, and also want to encourage people, you know, permaculture. Permaculture is basically you can do farming anywhere, whatever space you have at your house. You know, you can grow whatever you want to grow. You understand? So it's all about education comes in very strong, because I believe education is key. So it's not just about farming, whether you're an urban farmer or not. There's a lot to go with, you know. If you look at the worms, the earthworms plays a major role in farming. But so these are the type of things we want to we educate people.
I love that. Look, exactly what you said. Education is key, and in all different forms, And I love it that when we spoke about, obviously, giving back to the youngsters as well, building up our communities are going down. It's 2021, right? And we know what happened the past year. People are jobless. This can generate them another source of income. Like you say, working with your hands, doing those things, going the extra mile. But what I want to know is this, what I want to find out is this by you. What is next for Ricky?
Yeah, for me, I currently we're running a Back Body campaign. Okay. We really want to feed 1,000 people or families in the Western Cape and maybe in South Africa. We want to feed, and we busy raising a million rand to cover families, 1,000 families. And so of course that's ongoing. So next is for me is to for Skills for Life is to really to be out there so people can almost want to say build their identity in the community, build their identity whether it's national, international, but for us it's all about again building sustainable communities. So our next our next online is to get us to feed this 1,000 people, to that these 1,000 families have their own little garden in the farm in their yard. They can start selling, become entrepreneurs, and it eventually at the end of the day. So one of my biggest goals is to be a service provider or to supply your Spar, your Pick and Pay, your local stores. So that is the ultimate goal for the agricultural program.
That is super amazing. That is super amazing, honestly. I love that. I love that. The fact that you guys are going out there you're making a difference. You're there to make it. And I'm going to give it from myself, and I'm sure from the rest of the Chapter 1 family as well. I applaud you. I applaud you and everyone who's doing this with you.
Thank you.
Because we need more people like that. In today's life, we need more people like that, point blank. Because at the end of the day, I always say, us as human beings, we want to love, we want to care for each other, right? We want to be there for each other. But at the end of the day, we don't really do that, or we don't really take that step. Okay. But what you are doing is absolutely brilliant. The fact that you have taken that step in order to change this country and the world, for, like you said, the bigger picture, for the better. That is absolutely brilliant. Ricky, what I want to find out is this.
Yes.
Before we do let you go, okay? Before we do let you go.
Okay.
I wanted to ask you this. Obviously, you spoke about the high school kids that you're obviously nurturing up until matric and so. With this entire pandemic, has there been obviously with the social distancing, all of those things, has impacted you a lot where that is concerned?
Yes, it did. Especially with the school, and so one of the contracts was the school that I've the contracts that we lost because we had schools lined up for camps, and then COVID hit, and then which obviously affected us financially as well. So it was 2020 was a very tough year, not only for me but for everyone. We used our lost finances, even with now what we are doing with the skills. We we are self-funded, but obviously that also gonna deplete very soon. So it was very difficult. Now we are on a level 1 quite easy. So I started my training again where we just allow certain people, certain amount of people in terms of the venue's capacity. And but for me, I don't want to stop there, man, because I don't want a pandemic to stop us to train and skill up people, because that can always be an excuse. Now I can't come. I understand that. I really do understand it. But I correct, and of course, all our training, there is social distancing involved, COVID regulations involved, things involved, and so now so I started now my free photography classes now. Maximum is 30 people, and my WhatsApp going crazy, and people want to learn. People are excited to learn. People just want to be educated, and so now we're having this class happening between the 19th and 22nd of April in Bishop Labors with a partner organization called FRAS, Food Relief of South Africa, Association of South Africa, where people just come in and just want to learn. And and with the photography courses, I teach you the entrepreneurial side of things, how to run the business, how to take photos, and not only take photos. So for me, yes, we took a break in 2020, but I think it's time that we all need to wake up, get up, and do what you love, doing your passion, your passion. I always say, if you love what you're doing, you will never work a day in your life.
Oh yes, true that. Definitely, that is so true. And I think obviously with life, with all this COVID things, with all these trials and tribulations we get stagnant in life. And at the end of the day, you just don't move. It's like you're hitting that brick wall. It's like you're hitting that wall, but it just can't push through. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. Like you spoke about the staircase. Yes, you can't see the whole staircase, but just like the first step. and what you guys are doing is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, 100%.
Ricky, but it's been an
Thank you.
absolute pleasure. It's
Yeah.
been an absolute pleasure. What I
No,
do want to
thank
do
you.
as well is I definitely want to catch up with you again. It's like you said, you're having the event in Bishop Labors as well. We can always
Yeah.
catch up again on that as well and discuss a little bit more. But Ricky, from
Okay.
from yourself, is there any final words you do have for our listeners and for those who want to get in touch with you? How can they do so?
Okay, so they can follow us on Facebook, Skills for Life Projects, our Facebook page, and then of course on Instagram
Yeah.
_skills_for life. And yeah, and follow us, donate the Back Up Buddy campaign. We are out there. We are now. I think one of our social media experts posted something that we need spades. We need gardening tools so we can
Yes,
start.
yes.
Digging the soil,
Yes.
land, preparing the soil. So my encouragement for everyone is that wherever you are, and that's I wrote it down. You're gonna ask me, that's why I wrote it down. So my advice for people, my advice for people that's interested in sustainable agriculture, just plug in wherever you are. Connect with organizations, connect with farmers, connect with people that's in the same sort of industry that you are. Connect with people, network with people, collaborate with people. It's very important. Because if you work, I believe in the 20-80 rule. You work 20% of a project, and the 80% you enjoy the fruits of it. You understand? So connect with people, really, and again, what you have in your hand, utilize it. I don't know what your passion might be, but whatever it is, use it. Use it to the best of your ability. If I might say this, let us make the graveyard poor. Let us make the graveyard poor.
Yes.
Don't make the graveyard rich. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Use your talents, because with COVID, we've seen how people has passed on in front of us, around us. We don't know. Life is very different nowadays.
Yep.
So whatever your gifts and talents you have, use it to the best of your ability.
Wow.
And again, if you don't have life skills, then life kills. Use your skills that you have.
Ricky, absolutely awesome. And I love the part where you said with network. I myself love saying your network determines your net worth, because that is what you have to do. That is what you have to do. But it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show, and we will definitely catch up and we'll definitely speak some more.
Thank you so much. I appreciate for having us on the show.